All right. So we are back with another episode of Eating Elephants. I'm here with LJ Harrison from SupaBadd Academy. What's up, LJ?
What's going on, bro? Appreciate you having me.
Man, I appreciate you coming out. If you didn't know, LJ not only has one of the premier boxing gyms in Detroit, but is a champion for the kids, a champion for his community. And I think that's kind of where I want to start. LJ, what made you say, man, you know what? I'm going to dedicate my life not only to the sport of boxing and sport of football, but have such a big outreach with the kids?
It just a part of what I did when I was coming up, just playing sports. My dad always told us that, you know, um, one day when we get older, man, it was just our job to give back to the community and, do right by the kids and give people a chance to experience the things that we did. So it's just something that I just grew up doing. It's something that my dad, just molded me to do, and it stuck with me since I was a kid. Maybe since I was like 7, 8 years old, and it just stuck with me. He always preached it to me, so it's just something that I try to carry on.
Yeah. And if y'all didn't know that, LJ's brother is Tony Harrison, world class, world champion boxer in the middleweight division. So let me ask you, LJ, I looked you up on Boxing Rec. Did you ever box as a kid or
Yeah,
who was
yeah, yeah. That was the first sport I ever. That was the first sport I ever did was boxing. Um, Boxing was the foundation of anything that I ever did. Like running in the morning and push ups, sit ups, and squats. Anything that had to do with boxing was the foundation of me playing sports. The older I got, I branched off into different sports, but boxing was the first thing that I learned to do.
right? And I know that's huge and that kind of elevated your town. And I'd imagine definitely elevated your family, gave them a whole, different outlook of life and a whole bunch of different experiences. So let me ask you, how did you start Super Bad Academy? Like, what's the story behind the name? How did we get to the point of saying, you know what, not only am I going to give back, I'm going to open a facility that's dedicated to those services?
I think we started probably like 2015. I mean, we had the gym for like 8 years, I want to say. We used to train at different gyms around the city, and everybody always showed us love. But I think around 2015, we just decided that it was just time for us to, just do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? And we bought the building, and it's been up and running ever since then. And obviously, the great Emmanuel Stewart gave Tony the nickname Super Bad. So you know that was like the thing that everybody knew, like Tony Superbad Harrison. And so and then we started a promotion company with the fighter. So Superbad just stuck with us, man, and that's just what we came with. Our boxing club is Superbad Academy, so the name just kind of just stuck with us.
And that's huge. Kronk Boxing Gym, I know, is a big part of the city as well.
Hmm.
With such a rich history, with people like Tyson Fury popping up now, coming out to get that history. I always said I wish that Deontay Wilder would have took that opportunity
Right,
before
right.
Fury got the opportunity to do that. And with owning a business and with owning, not only owning a business but having a direction within your business, how every day when you guys are getting ready to do, whether it's an event or whether it's doing something with the kids, how do you think about the youth scene now in Detroit compared to when you were running around Detroit?
Um, that's crazy you asked that because I had this debate all the time with my athletes. I just think the biggest thing from when I was a kid to now is now, like, when I was coming up, when I was their age, like 12, 13, that's what we did literally all day, every day, even outside of practice. So, like, if my dad took us to boxing practice from 4 to 5, we was then there practicing all day anyway. Because when we left there, we would fight in the street or something like that, or you know, just being kids fighting, or just being outside. And I think these days, like a lot of kids, like they can come to our gym from 4 to 5, and then they won't do nothing else. They got nothing to do with boxing for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? So the difference is, I try to get my kids to understand that you need to do it all the time, even when you're not in the gym, um, even on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just the biggest difference. Like kids these days, they don't really do it outside of the gym. A lot of kids practice their sports in the gym, and once they leave that gym, they don't do it no more. When I came up, that's what we did all day, every day, from sun up to sundown. We was playing sports.
100% gotta be invested. And I always think about that because being from Kansas City and Detroit, similar, right? Kind of similar atmospheres.
Right.
You hyper segregated place. Depending on what part of the city that you're in, tells you, what experiences that you get. So I mean to say that even like in the music, are you listening to what kind of Detroit rap are you listening to? Because Detroit right is on that bubble
Yeah.
right now. On that bubble. I hear a lot of the rappers coming out of Detroit kind of breaking the sound barrier with how they
Yeah.
sound lately from the Babyface Rays and the
Yeah,
Sada.
yeah. It's good right now. Like I know, like Babyface, Sada and them, they come in our gym and train, and there are a lot of fighters, boxers, or rappers. They come in there and they train, so we get to like kick it with them and stuff. So the rap scene is definitely like right there, but yeah, definitely like Babyface and all them is guys that we do good with. And then my brother do a good job too, of like trying to come out with different artists from Detroit, like for the fights, like Vezo and you know what I'm saying? So we just try to do not even with the kids, we just try to do our part to connect everybody in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing that's what our gym is good for is like connecting everybody, like, from the Pistons to the rappers to the youth to the college kids, you know what I'm saying? Our gym is good for just connecting everybody, you know what I'm saying?
And it's huge, man. And that was one of the big parts of me reaching out to you because I seen you for years on the scene in different scenes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
having different accolades, man. And coming from the Midwest is hard because we don't get that exposure sometimes.
right,
So
right,
that's huge, man. Shout out to the rappers. And then you got like Clarissa Shields
right.
going crazy.
Yep,
Shout out
yep.
to the queen,
Yeah,
always
the quote. That's what she
the
said, the
growth.
quote. Yeah,
She's a real one. I say that I don't even know her, but anytime I've ever mentioned her, man, she always shows some kind of I seen it to me. Like,
yeah, yeah,
she's definitely huge, for the city. And y'all loaned y'all goat, the other goat, to Terrence Crawford. Because M
yeah,
had, Crawford had M out, and I think for a lot of people, you know, especially like I said, one of the biggest things why I led this pod with talking about what you do for the youth, because a lot of people don't realize, the version of the Detroit they see on TV in the 8 Mile is not the version of Detroit that's currently going.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I think me personally, I think Detroit is doing a lot better. It's definitely coming up. Like again, like you see rappers uniting more, you see the athletes uniting more. I think we in Detroit, we know like we like right there from really like breaking through the real scene. So a lot of people just coming together, man. Even with like Clarissa, she from Flint, but she come down to our gym a lot. She connect with us a lot. You know what I'm saying? We helping her spar and get ready for her fights as much as we can. So anybody that's in the Midwest usually come to our gym. So it's just a good thing that we all just connecting. In Detroit slowly, definitely definitely getting better, man. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta just keep doing our part to make sure we pushing.
So you got Clarissa coming through. So you ever get Alicia and Clarissa in the same room together?
Of course. They've been there all the time. I mean, yeah, we it's been plenty of times where like, if Alicia got a fight, you know what I'm saying, she getting ready for a fight and Clarissa stop through there and kick it with us and sometimes it's been a lot of time they worked out together, you know what I'm saying? So, I'll be giving like Clarissa some pad work, Tony be working with AB. And and we all in there just working, man. Tony get out and run with him. That's what we do, man. We work, man. We connect. You know what I'm saying, and we give hospitality and good vibes, and we work, man. So, and our gym is a great place to work. It's very competitive. We hold each other accountable in there, so it's definitely the place like the mecca of boxing right now in Detroit for sure. But yeah, man, they work together, man. Yeah,
100%, man. I figured they did because they never mention each other in ill light.
right,
But I'm
right.
ready to see. I'm ready to see Alicia and Amanda Serrano do their thing. I heard
Yeah.
that's what's supposed to be coming next.
Yeah,
So that's
it's definitely in the works trying to get made. So, we just gotta wait and see. Hopefully it come through though. I think that's a fight that everybody wanna see though.
nah, facts, and they I can see them building to kind of getting in that shape like each other. I know you saw Charlo last night, Charlo and
Right,
Canelo.
right.
You know, I thought it was a decent fight. Canelo showed some of that experience, and I think that weight mattered for Mr. Charlo a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah. I think when I watch boxing, man, because it's already hard enough when I listen to the commentators just be biased a lot. So when I watch fights, I try to like I try to look at like when people say stuff, or if I see a fighter performing a certain way, I try to think of it in the sense of like what's making him perform that way, like not just bash him, like you know what I'm saying. So, when I was watching him last night, the only thing I could probably think of was more like you said, for one, the weight. I think he respected Canelo, but I think it was more like I don't want to get stopped. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it looked like to me. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he just wanted to go the distance. He didn't. I seen him a lot tougher, even when he fought my brother or like a Castano. I seen him really, show guts to get to that finish line. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really see that from him last night. So
Yeah, I didn't either. He didn't want to go toe to toe. He
yeah,
was.
and that was surprising from him because, when everybody was asking me, I said I thought Charlo was gonna win. Just honestly, just because I was rooting for him because I know he earned that fight. Like, he had to go through my brother twice, Castano twice, Rosario. He had to beat Lubin. So I mean, he earned that, man. So I was rooting for him, and I just didn't see that lion that I normally see when he was, like when he's fighting Tony or Castano, them guys. I didn't see that last night, and I know normally he's an ultimate competitor. So for him to not do that last night, it was kind of shocking. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no, 100%. I mean, every I know in my heart, and FanDuel knows that I was going for
Right, right,
Charlo. Both
right.
of us know. I mean, but I thought the craziest thing was Erickson Lubin.
Yeah,
Uh, and you mentioned it. You said the commentators kind of commented him right into that win. I feel like the commentators did. They weren't really acknowledging that he was kind of getting jabbed out at certain points in that particular fight. And
yeah, yeah. And I think even just watching him last night too, I think I got a sense of like he was a lot more chill than I normally see him. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, he's, he go forward. He trying to at some point he try to let the fight be known. Like I'm in here. I didn't really see that from him last night either. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, it was like they was all kind of like it felt like Lubin didn't want to take that chance. He lost it twice on that big stage, and it was like, well, I don't want this to happen the third time. Because that would have put him in a real bad spot at 54. So, I mean, he fought sharp though. Don't get me wrong, he was super sharp, but it just wasn't like aggressive like I know he normally could be.
100%. I think one of the biggest things, especially in this industry and performing at a high level, is your preparation. And, one
Yeah.
question I always ask everybody is, LJ, to be such a busy guy with your hands in so many things, what's something that you do to prepare yourself mentally for a big day, or even if you're just assisting someone in their big day? How do you keep your head so level?
Um. Honestly, I don't really. I look at it like I'm just doing my purpose. That's just honestly what keeps me going. I don't feel like it's a job. I don't feel like it's hard. Every day I get up, I'm looking forward to the athletes, the people I train, the people that come in my gym. I just feel like it's my purpose. I feel like, you know, um, I get up, it's just in my spirit, like to just do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I had to prepare for it. I love to do it, and I do it like 100% every day. So it's kind of hard to explain though, man. It's not something that I like have to get up and have to motivate myself. I don't have to do that. It's like it's just already in me. When I go in the gym, looking forward to the people that's coming through them doors.
Straight up. One thing that really, really bothered me about Tony, I always see him on your story wearing them damn Tims. And I'm like, this boy do pad work in Tims. He do it. So, and then you like, I got on some too. So tell me this. What's up with the Tims, man? Why are you brothers rocking Tims in the boxing gym? Who
Well,
started it?
well, I'm gonna keep it 100. He got that from me. I was the first one. I used to do that all in the summer. Everybody like, why you wearing teams in the summer? Like I was doing it all summer, and then like I started wearing a little slippers, and my brother started doing. That's still my little brother, man. I tell people that's still my little brother. So he see me do stuff. He gonna want to. That's still my brother, man. He ain't gonna never admit it, but I don't know. It just again, man, we ain't getting up trying to put on no fat. We just get up and push it on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see some teams at the door, I just put them on. I see some slippers, I put them on. I see some Air Force Ones, I put them on. I see some Jordans, I put them on. I'm down there wearing the same shit every other day. It's just, I just, I'll
And
be looking
he
forward
took
to
it and
going to the
ran with
gym.
it, man. Every time I see him doing pads, he got on a pair of Tims. I'm like, them Tims don't scratch up the boxing ring or nothing. They don't mess.
No,
Boxing.
it do, man. We done had to replace that ring like 5 times.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, I'm too cheap. I'll be in there like Tony. Come on, Tony. No, we
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, man.
No on
We
the
done had to
no on
replace.
the. So what about
That's
chess? I know that's another thing too. Y'all are some avid. What sparked your interest in your love of chess the way it is?
I mean, outside of just our, like I said, our gym competitive anyway. It can be a random person working out; they gonna want to play it. But I think chess is more for me. It's like it's a million. It's like every time you win is never the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not like every win in chess damn near is different. Every win, literally, it's like a million some ways you can win in chess, and I think that's what like makes it interesting because it's like you don't know how you gonna win. You got to just know you got to think five, six, seven moves ahead. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a great game just because of that alone. Like just knowing you got to be on your P's and Q's, and they might be trying to set you up, and you got to just be looking down the line, man. But despite all that, you still will never win the same way two times. You know what I'm saying? So
Understood. So just the thrill of, so in your youth, that's not something you guys used to do. You weren't part of the chess team, or where did you pick up your first chess game? Like who taught you how to play chess and gave you that?
so I got my man Coach Bass in the gym. He one of the OGs in there. He taught me and Tony how to play together probably like 5, 6 years ago, and he taught us how to play. And literally, we ain't put the chessboard down. And it's crazy. He taught us, and he don't even play it no more. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So he taught us, Coach Bass. Shout out to Coach Bass, man. He helped us out a lot in there, man. He's a great coach. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he taught us how to play in there, man, and we ain't put it down since. So it's something that we take on the road. Even like if me and Tony got a fight or something, we gone for some weeks at a time. We take it on the road. We play it on the road. You know what I'm saying? We didn't play it on Showtime All Access. They didn't watch us play chess. You know what I'm saying? So that's chess is what we do.
100%, bro. Yeah, that's like I said. I mean, for me, like I kind of got a lot familiar with you, like I said, through social media. But I've
Right.
seen y'all play on All Access through the years. Like as you know, I've been a Tony fan before the first Charlo fight. 'Cause I
Yeah.
love slick boxing. If you
Yeah.
power is one thing, but slick boxing generates power, in my opinion, and that's I
Yeah.
think that's what Like I said, going back to Charlo last night, being that he's fought Castaño and he's fought Tony, he's seen some of the slickest boxers in the division, in his
Right.
particular division. So I really felt like him standing toe to toe with Canelo, besides absorbing some power, it would have been an issue of seeing angles and things of that nature because he's been
Right.
fighting some guys who gonna hit you. Who,
Yeah.
no matter
Yeah.
what's gonna happen, they're gonna touch you. So
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. I
So
think
one thing,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry, LJ.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No,
No, I was about to say you brought up Tony. I was saying that so yeah, the thing with him is, everybody always asks me with him, man. It's just a matter of I feel like Tony needs to go to the 160. I feel like he still got some good years left in him, but like I tell him, man, I think if he try to keep making 54, it just gon' I don't think his body responds to 54 no more. You know what I'm saying? I've seen my brother the last few fights struggle um to make the weight weigh in. You know what I'm saying? I know how it's really hard on him. Like he can be 58 and he'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But when he started trying to get down to 54, he struggles real bad. So I told my brother, man, I just know when I watch him in camp, he's very strong. When he's fighting at 160, he's doing 13, 14 rounds and he's strong. But it just when he's trying to get to 54, it take a lot out of him, man. So I told my brother I think he can still make a run, but um, another good run at 160. I don't want him to burn himself out at 54 though. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing him spar every day doing rounds. So I think 160 would be the next option for him to move up. That way, we can focus a little bit more on strength training. You know what I'm saying? We can focus more on his just eating a little bit thicker, a better diet that'll keep him strong in them later rounds.
no, 100%, man. Him versus Zoo, I feel like that. I feel like they was trading jabs, and Tony was getting the best over the top of a lot of those exchanges in the beginning.
Hmm.
And that ego, once that ego kicks in, I'm kind of that same guy. Once I start reacting to what's happening, to what I'm feeling, like I felt like he started. He didn't start declining. He started reacting, like getting mad because he knows that weight means something. It's like Spence sitting at 147 all these
Yeah,
years.
exactly. Exactly right. That's exactly right. Like, sometimes man with like Spence, perfect example, like I tell everybody at 54, and I'm not saying Spence will beat Crawford, but I'm saying he'll be a lot more competitive because you're not draining your body to try to make that weight. You're a little stronger. Your punch resistance is stronger. It just when you're trying to make that weight, man, and it's just hard on the body. It just makes the body weak, man. You look like you don't have balance. Like you look like you just getting pushed over. You get hit. You just So I think same thing for Tony, man. Spence go to 54. Tony go to 160. That make a difference for a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying?
Huge. People always looking for that advantage though, or they
Yeah,
age
yeah,
out of the weight. One of the
yeah,
two. Either they've
yes,
gotten
right,
older in this
right.
weight, or they're looking for the advantage. I think for Spence, the advantage just ran out for him.
Yeah, yeah, that's all. And I think for Tone, it's the same thing, man. I just think they burnt out at that weight. I think they had a good run at that weight that they was at. You know what I'm saying? But I think with considering their age, I mean, it's time for them to just get stronger. It's just natural. Roy Jones, Tommy Hearns. I mean, it's just time. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know too many guys that stay the same weight their whole career and just stay champion and dominate it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's just time for them guys to just move up, man. The advantage is pretty much over at that weight. It's time to go up and try some new challenges and be great at that in the with some more weight on you.
100%. Because I know one person who really kills himself to get to that weight is Devin Haney.
Yeah, I mean he looked bad at one man. He be looking
At
bad.
140, I'm still scared for him. He's still
Yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah. I mean a lot of them guys do that, man. Jared Hurd, them guys walk around at two something making 54, man. It's hard on that body, man. You can just tell, because like Tony and Spence, them guys can fight, man. They were still world class athletes. It's just, you got to pick the right weight at the right time. You know what I'm saying? At the right age. You got to consider momentum. So it's a lot of stuff that go into that. You know what I'm saying?
100% how your size is. It's like Canelo at 168. Most guys that are 168 that are way taller than him, it's hard to get in that body because you
Yeah.
such a compact figure. So that's huge. One thing I wanted to ask you for sure before we get off here that is a question. So about your own boxing career, right? Because
Mhm.
like, have you ever had an actual professional fight, LJ?
No, I never had professional fight. I never
Yeah,
had professional fight.
I looked you up on Boxing Rec. I'm like, bro, it's never had a professional fight.
Yeah.
I was
Nope.
trying to
I
watch
never.
your footage.
No, I never had a professional fight. Um, but I've definitely been in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I definitely took some punches. I mean, I know how I feel. I know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been in there. Me and Tony used to spar all the time. I used to work on I learned from my dad. You know what I'm saying? So boxing was, I said, my first sport. I know the game in and out. So, but yeah, man, I'm kind of like, like I guess like Manny in them in a sense. Not saying that I'm equivalent to him, but like, a lot of guys, like man, they never been in the ring. You know what I'm saying? As far as like a professional fight
Like
or
Manny Robles, right?
Stewart. I don't think
Or
Stewart
Manny
ever had
Stewart. Yeah,
no.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, yeah, he never
Correct.
had no professional fight. But you know, some guys just study that stuff. They love it and they know it. You know what I'm saying? So
No, I'm one of them guys. I've never had a professional fight. I've never had an amateur fight. And man, I don't do anything in the gym but do boxing drills and work the ladder and hit the
yeah,
bag.
yeah, man. I mean, it's like anything in life, man. If you put your mind towards something, and you want to do it, and you study it, and you believe in it, and you take your time with it, it's achievable. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I teach my young guys every day. Like, they see how good I am at it or at training. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to do it and you study your time, take your time with it, it'll grow. It'll get better.
100%. That's why I kind of had to. Y'all don't know I'm from Kansas City. I had to represent y'all know them Lions. They try to sneak one in on us at the beginning of the year, y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out
I'm
to
hoping.
the
I'm
trip.
hoping we see y'all down that line again.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to the line. I know you loving that, man.
Yeah. Hey, what's crazy? Actually, I'll be down there in Kansas City November 2nd and 3rd. I got some college kids that play basketball down there, so I'll definitely be down there, and I'm definitely tap in with you while I'm down there, man. We can link up.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely do. At least just hit me up, let me know you here, so everything all good, man. But beyond that, LJ, I appreciate you coming on my platform, eating elephants. Uh, before I get off, is there anything that you want the public to be looking out that you got going over the next few months, or any projects that you just want to shed light to before we go?
No, man. Like I said, we got some stuff coming up with Tony down the line in December. Most likely at 160. So, we're gonna try to make another run at that 160. We again, Alicia trying to work on that fight with Serrano down the line later in the year. Other than that, man, I got my amateur program. With all them, the national champions. We getting ready for Louisiana. That's a big tournament. So, no, man. Besides that, man, like any gym, anywhere, if you need some good work, you ever in the Midwest, man, you can ask the track record, speak for itself. Open door policy, the best work you're gonna find. So if you ever in town, you want to get some sparring or some work, or just stop in and holler at us, man. We would love to holler at y'all. So people do it all the time. So you know, just yeah, man, that's about it.
Already. Well, this is Copeland signing off for Eating Elephants. Peace.
Say I know the storm come, I know the storm come. I said I know the storm. Hey, I know the storm coming 'cause the bullet won't start in the 8. Told my mama keep her dry on all them rainy days. When my niggas died, had to slide, but it still ain't take the pain away. All them tears that I cried when they died, but it still ain't take the pain away.
What? Talking about, why you call it eating elephants?
I call it eating elephants because how you take on a big task, you got to take it one bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant.
Say I know the storm come, I know the storm come.